Hello everybody, welcome back to Crofton Sports Extra. I'm your host Spencer, and let's get right on into the first subject of the day. So the regular season just finished and the playoffs are coming up this week. So the Bucs play the Cowboys on Monday night. This Bucs team, I would really not sleep on them. I think a lot of people wrote them off. Yes, they finished 8-9. This is the first time in Tom Brady's career they finished below 500. But I think this team could be real trouble for any of their opponents in the playoffs. I don't think anybody wants to play them. Tom Brady is one guy you just absolutely cannot bet against. Their offense really hasn't been clicking this year, but the last week or so, they've seemed like they've been getting it together a lot. It looks like Tom Brady developed a new connection with Mike Evans. Obviously, they went for 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards between the duo in the win against the Panthers. Another thing to note is they actually beat the Cowboys in week 1 of this year, and they beat them in week 1 of the following year as well. So Brady kind of has the Cowboys' numbers. I think a lot of people forget that the Bucs actually have a lot of players, still on the roster from their Super Bowl winning team just 2 years ago. The defensive unit is looking very similar. They still got veterans like Levante David, they still got Devin White, they still got Antoine Winfield, they still got Vita Vea. Yes, this team has lost some players on the offensive end, for example, obviously Gronkowski, Brady's safety blanket, but they still got the likes of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. They added Julio Jones in the offseason. Cameron Brate's no scrub at the tight end position. They got another good young tight end in Cade Otton. So the main thing the Bucs have been hurting on this year, in my opinion, is the offensive line. I think when Ali Marpet abruptly retired, that hurt him a lot. Obviously, Donovan Smith has not been playing well at left tackle at all. Last year, he was a Pro Bowl caliber player, but he's really been struggling this year. And then obviously, Alex Kappa left for the Bengals in the offseason. So that's been the main thing that's been holding them back. But Ryan Jensen may be returning soon. Maybe not this week, but if they do get past the Cowboys, who knows? He could be ready by the divisional round the following week. But one thing I want to say is that if this Bucs team wins this week against the Cowboys, that's all they need to get going. That's going to give them some juice. That's going to get them flowing there. That's going to be a wake-up call for the rest of the league, because that's the last thing you want is for Brady to start feeling comfortable again. That's the last thing you want is for this Bucs team to start feeling confident again, because beating the Cowboys will be one thing, obviously. Then they would have to go on to Philadelphia, and then they would have to go on to San Francisco. Last time the Bucs played Philadelphia, I know it was last year in the playoffs, and Philadelphia's a completely different team this year. But something that I just can't forget is last year in the playoffs when the Bucs were up 31-0 on the Eagles and just completely steamrolled them. And yes, Jalen Hurts was still there. They had a lot of the same players. So I think the Eagles don't want to see the Bucs at all. And then, we know what happened this year with the Bucs and the 49ers. Obviously, they got, it wasn't a competitive game at all. It was utter dominance from start to the finish. The 49ers were up 35-0. Final score ended up being 35-7. But you do have to remember that the 49ers are rolling with a very young quarterback in Brock Purdy. Does not have a lot of experience. Played very well in the regular season, yes. But this guy has no playoff experience whatsoever. And if he's playing the GOAT and Tom Brady in the playoffs, I don't know if I can take Brock Purdy. I'm going with Tom Brady, the guy who's been there, done that. Been to 10 Super Bowls and won 7. I don't see him folding against a young quarterback in Brock Purdy. So I think this week is going to be interesting for sure. I would not be shocked if Tampa gets to the Super Bowl, honestly. This week is going to tell a lot. This is going to be a telltale sign on how the NFC playoffs are going to shape out, because I'm telling you, once this Bucs team gets their confidence back, gets a little juice, I'm not counting them out. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next week.